US 101's iHeartRadio. Live.
But, you know, it was Chris's dad's dream to see us play the Opry, and, you know, he would call every day and ask Chris, you know, has the Opry called yet? I really want to see you guys on the Opry, and, you know,
you know how kind of when your parents call all the time and they just annoy you a little bit, you know?
But you still love them.
Yeah, but you still love them no matter what. But he would call 6 o'clock every day, man, and just ask the same questions over and over and over again. I'm like, Dad, everything's fine, everything looks the same, but you know, as much as he drove me crazy, I couldn't wait for the phone call, you know. And I pray to God I'd get that phone call again. Obviously, I won't here in a better place. But when he used to talk about the Opry, my dad was a jokester, and he would say, did the Opry call? And I'd be like, well, the Opry's not a person. He's not going to call you, Dad, you know. But I'll be son of a gun that Opry did call our management, and it was 3 months too late. He passed 3 months before that. And it was a great moment in our lives, but at the same time very emotional for me. We were singing a song called Keep in Mind, and I remember going out there. It was Mother's Day weekend, and I mean, I was shivering, quivering, whatever you want to call it. I was shaking and crying, and I just remember somebody just taking my backbone, man, and holding me up, you know, basically kicking me in the ass, saying, come on, boys, what you been wanting? And I heard that, and I pointed up to my dad. I said, okay, man, this is for you. And as I was doing that, I guess when Preston was playing the piano over there, he got this idea. You know, he comes off stage looking for me, and I'm like in the corner, kind of crying.
well, you know, the Gatlin brothers had introduced us that night, and we're big Gatlin fans, and so I was all geeked out, and you know, I'm like,
You were pretty much geeked out.
We just performed on the Opry, and I got Larry Gatlin in a headlock, and I'm giving him a noogie, and I'm like, this is incredible, you know. And so we're back here taking pictures and having a good time, and I realized that Chris isn't with us, you know. And I was like, hold on, man, we can't be taking pictures without Chris. I got to find Chris. So I look over and I see Chris, and he's got tears in his eyes. He's kind of in the shadows over there in the curtains. And so I went over to him. I said, man, what's up? You know, tonight's perfect, man. Our moms are here. It's Mother's Day weekend. They got little red flowers and stuff. I'm like, it's an awesome night, you know. And he's like, man, you know how bad my dad wanted to see us play the Opry. And, you know, I said, yeah, I do know that. And I said, but I really do believe that your dad is here tonight. He said, yeah, if Dad would have been here, it would have been perfect, though. And for whatever reason, I said, you know, Chris, I really feel like your dad's got the best seat in the house tonight. And I just remember sitting out there at the piano and looking at Chris when he pointed up, and I could see that every seat was filled. But when he dedicated the song to his dad, I thought, man, his dad's got the perfect view tonight. And
when you said that, I remember looking at you, and I was like, what did you say?
It just sounded like a song title immediately. It sounded like something was handed to us to write a song. And of course, songwriters are always looking for that kind of thing, but at a moment like that, you can't rush it, you know, because the wound is fresh, and you can't just the next day call up Chris and say, hey, you know, remember that song title we thought of last night? We should write that, you know. So it took 8 or 9 months to be able to visit
and
this.
the right person to write it with.
Yeah, we sat down with Aaron Barker, who wrote a lot of great George Strait songs, and so we sat down one afternoon, 8 or 9 months later, and we wrote the song. And, we're excited, man. It moved up this week on Billboard, and picked up some, you know, Seattle just added the song, and it's a big market, and we're excited about every victory along the way, you know, getting where we're going to go. And so the song's called Best Seat in the House. I'd be like, I can see you every time I close my eyes, and I feel you in my heart, and I hear you in my mind, saying I'm right here when things get rough, and when I fall down you still pick me up, remind me how everything's gonna be just fine. From my first steps in the living room to all the Little League games, it was always you on the front row, letting everybody know that's my boy, just to watch him go. You were shotgun when you taught me how to drive your truck on the edge of town. I know somewhere just above the clouds and I bet you're getting a pretty good laugh watching me try to cut a path from a boy to a family man. Sometimes I don't know what to do, but I make it through, 'cause I just do what I think you do. It's like you're holding my hand. From the 50-yard line on Friday nights till the senior prom, you helped tie my tie. Graduation day, I can hear you yell, that's my boy, we're proud as hell. From the front pew on my wedding day, with the biggest smile in the whole dang place, I know somewhere just above the clouds, you still got the best seat in the house. Whoa, yeah. From the front steps of the pearly gates, I swear sometimes I can hear you say, come on angels, gather round, that's my boy, now ain't you proud? And I point up into the sky, it don't matter day or night, I know somewhere just above the clouds, my old man is watching me right now, from the best seat in the house.